The golf world was holding its breath. Saudi Arabia's public investment fund had just pulled the plug on LIV Golf. $5 billion in losses. The league's future in doubt. And the biggest star of them all, Bryson DeChambeau, had been completely silent. Until now. Rumors were swirling that his representatives had already contacted the PGA Tour about a return, that he was preparing to jump ship, that the $125 million man was looking for an exit. Then, he finally spoke. "It's completely untrue," he said. "I'm working as hard as I can to find a solution. I'm committed to making team golf work in the best way possible." But that is not all. At the same time, he revealed a project that changes everything. Junior Golf Academies. A long-term commitment to the next generation. This is Golfio. For more coverage in golf, subscribe and hit the notification bell. The bombshell dropped on April 29, 2026. The Wall Street Journal reported that Saudi Arabia's public investment fund was ending its financial backing of LIV Golf after the 2026 season. The blank check that built the Rebel League, more than $5 billion since 2022, had been closed. LIV Golf's chairman, Yasser Al-Rumayyan, resigned from his role. The league announced it was searching for new investors. But the message was clear. The party was over. For Bryson DeChambeau, the timing could not have been worse. His original LIV contract, the 4.5-year, $125 million deal he signed in 2022, expires at the end of this season. He had been reportedly seeking as much as $500 million to re-sign. And now, the league that made him rich was on life support. The LIV rumors started almost immediately. According to The Athletic's Brody Miller, DeChambeau and his representatives had held meetings with organizations during Masters Week to discuss possible options if he chose to leave LIV. Golf media personality Trey Wingo went even further. "I can tell you definitively that people from Bryson's camp have reached out to the highest levels of the PGA Tour several times about exploring a path to return," Wingo posted on X. The speculation was intense. Fans assumed the worst. They assumed Bryson was preparing to abandon ship, that the $125 million man was looking for the exit door, that the league's biggest star was about to become its biggest defector. Then, Bryson spoke. And what he said was not what anyone expected. The interview was with Flushing It Golf, a digital outlet known for getting unfiltered access to the game's biggest names, and Bryson DeChambeau did not hold back. When asked about the rumors that his representatives had contacted the PGA Tour, his response was immediate and unequivocal. "It's completely untrue," he said. "Let me repeat that. Completely untrue. Not, I'm exploring options. Not, I'm keeping my options open." A flat, firm, unambiguous denial. Bryson DeChambeau was not leaving LIV Golf. At least, that is what he wanted everyone to believe. "I'm working as hard as I can to find a solution," he continued. "I'm committed to making team golf work in the best way possible. I think there's a place for it in the ecosystem, and I want to continue to grow the game across the world. That's always been our mission, and it's never been more true than now." These were not the words of a man planning his escape. These were the words of a man who was digging in. He acknowledged the uncertainty. He acknowledged the challenges. "There's a lot of moving parts like in any business," he said. "It's a startup, right? And so there's going to be times where we're squeezed and punched. This is one of those moments, but I'm going to do everything in my power to make it work." The interview revealed something else about Bryson that fans rarely see. A side that is not about science or distance or social media fame. A side that is about loyalty. "We're building a bunch of junior golf events right now," he said. "And each team is looking to build junior golf academies. That's something that we've been working on for almost 3 or 4 months now. Junior academies, youth, events, grassroots development. These are not the projects of a man who is planning to leave. These are the projects of someone who is investing in the future. And that, perhaps more than anything, is what makes his commitment feel genuine." The contrast between what Bryson said and what others are claiming could not be more stark. Trey Wingo, the former ESPN host, has been adamant. "I can tell you definitively that people from Bryson's camp have reached out to the highest levels of the PGA Tour several times about exploring a path to return," Wingo posted. He also claimed the same for Jon Rahm, So who is telling the truth? Is Bryson lying to protect his brand? Or are the reports exaggerated? There is a third possibility. Both could be true. Bryson's representatives could be exploring options without his direct involvement. Agents talk. They network. They keep doors open. That is their job. It does not mean that Bryson himself has authorized a move. It does not mean that he is planning to leave. It just means that smart people are doing smart things in case the worst happens, and the worst may happen. LIV Golf's future is genuinely in doubt. The PIF has pulled its funding. The league is searching for new investors. According to reports, the 2026 season may be LIV's last. Players are scrambling. Agents are making calls. And every star with an expiring contract is weighing their options. Bryson's contract expires at the end of this season. He has every right to be concerned. He has every right to have a backup plan. But in his public statements, he is choosing to project confidence. He is choosing to project loyalty. He is choosing to be the leader that LIV Golf needs right now. The question is whether that leadership will be enough. Whether LIV can find new investors. Whether the league can survive without Saudi money. Whether Bryson DeChambeau will still have a league to lead in 2027. The answers to those questions are not clear, but one thing is certain. Bryson DeChambeau is not running away. At least, not yet. While Bryson was denying the rumors, President Donald Trump was making his own demands. From the Oval Office, Trump addressed the LIV Golf crisis. "I do believe that all of the golfers should be playing against each other," Trump said. They were viewing something as a monopoly, but it's the opposite of a monopoly. Then he got specific. "I want to see Rory playing Bryson DeChambeau," Trump said. "I want to see Big John Rahm playing Scotty. Scotty, who's so great." Right, Scotty Scheffler is great. And I want to see him play John Rahm and Bryson and all the different guys. The president's comments were more than just casual thoughts. They were a direct challenge to both the PGA Tour and LIV Golf. Trump was saying that the Civil War has gone on too long. The fans want reunification. The sport needs its best players competing against each other every week, not just at the majors. Trump also pointed to the appeal of LIV Golf's talent pool, drawing a comparison to the Masters. "They have great players on LIV Golf," he said. "It's almost like people want to see, that's why the Masters are so good, because you saw everybody play together." The president's comments put Bryson in an interesting position. Trump is calling for him to return to the PGA Tour, but Bryson is publicly denying any such plans. Meanwhile, Phil Mickelson has been dealing with his own crisis. The six-time major winner is facing immense pressure over a potential PGA Tour return after LIV's setback. But unlike Bryson, Phil's bridge with the PGA Tour may be permanently burned. According to insiders, Phil's comments about the PGA Tour's obnoxious greed have not been forgotten. The contrast is striking. The PGA Tour may welcome back a young star like Bryson DeChambeau. They may find a way to welcome back John Rahm. But Phil Mickelson? That bridge may be gone forever. So what is the truth about Bryson DeChambeau's future? Is he really staying with LIV? Is he secretly planning a return to the PGA Tour? Let me break down three possibilities. Possibility 1. He stays with LIV and helps rebuild. In this scenario, LIV finds new investors. The league transitions from a Saudi-funded startup to a privately funded enterprise. Bryson signs a new contract, not for the $500 million he reportedly sought, but for something that makes sense for the new financial reality. He continues to lead the crushers. He builds the junior academies. He becomes the elder statesman of a leaner, more sustainable LIV Golf. This is what he says he wants. "I'm going to do everything in my power to make it work," he said. Possibility 2. He returns to the PGA Tour. This is the scenario Trump wants. LIV collapses, or Bryson chooses to leave. He negotiates a return to the PGA Tour. The path is not simple. The returning member program deadline has passed, but the PGA Tour has shown flexibility. According to a report from Monday Q, as many as 15-20 LIV players may be able to return to the PGA or DP World Tour. If they can return, Bryson DeChambeau would be at the front of the line. Possibility 3. He becomes something entirely new. This is the wild card scenario. Bryson has a YouTube channel with over 2 million subscribers. He has a media empire. He could walk away from professional golf entirely and play only the 4 major championships. It would be unprecedented. But Bryson DeChambeau has never cared about precedents. He has always done things his own way. And that might be exactly what he does next. My final take is this. Bryson DeChambeau just broke his silence on the PGA Tour rumors. What he said stunned fans because it was the opposite of what everyone expected. He did not announce a departure. He did not express doubt. He doubled down on his commitment to LIV Golf. He talked about junior academies and grassroots development. He talked about responsibility to the young players who followed him. Whether you believe him or not is up to you. But one thing is certain. Bryson DeChambeau is not going quietly. And as long as he keeps fighting, the golf world will keep watching. This is Golfio. If you made it to the end of this video, you care about the real stories behind the game. Subscribe to this channel for more deep dives into the moments that matter. And leave a comment below. Do you believe Bryson will stay with LIV? Or is he secretly planning a return to the PGA Tour? I will see you in the next video. For more coverage in golf, subscribe and hit the notification bell.